And welcome inside 302 Sports. It's championship season on a Wednesday. Nick Alessandrini alongside Mike Lang and Jason Winchell here at Abyssinia Stadium. Craig Laskowski out here with the camera. Nick Halliday will be roaming down on the sidelines. Here we go, guys, Wednesday night, and we'll be handing out one of our first fall trophies here for the DIAA as it's the girls flag football championship game here live from Abyssinia Stadium, Mike. And here we go, right? It was a big-time Monday night where we had the semifinals just a few days ago. St. Mark's your number 3 team. And DMA, your undefeated number 1 seed. St. Mark's, your defending champions. Mike, they meet here today on a Wednesday night. How did they get here? What was it like on Monday in semifinals?
Well, kind of a contrast in styles, Nick. We had DMA defeating William Penn 13-6 in a close one. And then St. Mark's and Padua, it was like gunslingers. It was a 28-26 final. And Nick, Hugh Douglas in the house. Swoop, the Eagles mascot, is here. You can see he's at the bottom of your screen there. Poe.
That's right.
The Ravens mascot. He might be over on the DMA side. DMA in the blue. St. Mark's with the ball there in the green. And, Nick, the flag is pulled. Craig told us the other night these flags are held on by magnets.
Really? That's interesting. Back when I was making my intramural run through the flag football playoffs back in 2015, 2016,
Velcro.
2017. Velcro all the way.
Man.
That's right. That time it was Tanai Tippins on the speed sweep around the outside edge there for the Spartans.
This is from the other night. Tippins had a 3-touchdown run and 2 touchdown catches. Matty Fausto was the quarterback last year, caught a touchdown pass. So don't pay attention to those notes there from the other night.
So again, 20 yards first down here in the flag football championship game. 3 first downs you can get. That first carry went for 10 for St. Mark's. Now they'll come back the other way. Great containment by DMA, and that flag able to be pulled. The handoff that time was
number 9, I believe.
To Isabel Spahn. Her flag pulled there on the other side. It looked like a number 2 who was not on the roster. Double check that one. And in fact, the hair was blocking the 4. Nice flag by Liana Rodriguez.
It's tough with the girls sometimes. Bella Spone the other day, by the way, very busy. Ran the ball quite a bit for St. Mark's and a big defender for them too. So if you're looking at usually number 9 with that hair.
That's going to bring up 3rd down. I believe they need just about a yard or 2 here. And it's going to be a direct snap up the middle. Can the Spartans convert?
That looks like Spone again.
It was Spone up the middle. Did she get enough? I don't know. They're going to mark her
Wow.
short there, Mike. That's a heck of a job defensively by DMA.
So now St. Mark's has to tell the official if they're going to punt or go for it.
Decision time already here.
I think they're going to go for it, but this is deep in their own territory at the 19-yard line. It says the 30, but 10 yards off for savings. Now take 10 yards off. It's an 80-yard field here we play with in flag football. So they're making the decision.
Looks like they are going to punt here. Tippins and company looking to the sideline. Reagan Bailey, the sophomore, running out onto the field now for the Spartans. I believe Fast now will head off, and it's going to be the punt team on for St. Mark's here. And a nice job by DMA to get the stop early on, Mike.
Yeah, it looks like Spone is going to punt. And you can return to punt, but once it hits the ground, that ball's dead. And number 23 for DMA, though, back, that's Era Moni, and she was really, really busy the other night from catching a lot of passes from quarterback Tavi Prado, who was our Claire's Fashions player of the game.
There you go. It's almost that season yet again, and Prado now going to head back out onto the field with her offense. It's a 20-yard punt for the Spartans, so pretty good field position for DMA, who, as Jason New talked about here before the game, undefeated number 1 seed coming in, and of course the Spartans are defending champs. Doesn't get any better than that here on the championship Wednesday. Prado going to take the snap here. It's going to be handed off. Jet sweep to the far side of the field into the hands of Jayla Sanchez. And Sanchez picks up about a yard there. Nice job defensively in the pursuit from St. Mark's.
Yeah, I had the advantage of seeing these teams the other night. Also, caught a few games during the regular season. Not as many as I would have liked. I only saw DMA once. Undefeated in the regular season, Nick, at 6-0.
There you go. Spone able to.
7-0.
Spone got the tackle on the other side. Actually going to be a first down, I guess, where the ball was set before midfield, so they needed to. They got it. Nice pass from Prado across the middle. Able to find her teammate there, Natalie Pulliam, the senior, who makes the catch across the middle of the field. Mike, she's not afraid to get across the middle of the field.
No, Pulliam made a nice catch there. Prado's got a nice arm right over the middle into the soft underbelly of that defense, and she picked up about 7, it looks like.
So again, next first down for DMA here comes at the 30-yard line, 2nd down. Prado in the shotgun. They're going to bunch it up here to the left side. Fake the jet sweep. Prado throws. Run coming across the middle. Has her intended target brought in and hauling deep into the red zone that time. Caught by Julia Johnson, the freshman, once again down the seam. And Prado attacking this Spartan defense here across the middle. Hits them deep there. Now first goal coming up for the Seahawks.
A great play there. Nice catch by Johnson. Had a lot of green space in front of her. Nick got down to the, looks like the 3 or 4 yard line. And Seahawks are in business. Nobody's been able to stop them this season.
I'll tell you what, I've been so impressed the last 2 years just seeing the action from our girls flag football here in Delaware. It's been so impressive to see. Prado once again on the money there, and now into the red zone at the goal line. Direct snap, trying to get outside into the end zone. Did she get in? And she did. So it was a direct snap that time to Moni, the senior, and she gets in, that time eluding some defenders, not allowing that flag to be pulled, and it's DMA who gets the defensive stop early on. They force the punt, and then they go right down the field.
Now, Nick, on the extra
40
point,
yards.
They have to tell the referee 1, 2, or 3 points on the extra point. This is a 1-point conversion attempt here.
So I do love flag football. So now they'll split it up. Prado in the gun, a couple of receivers on either side. They'll fake the handoff on the jet sweep. Now firing to the outside. A nice ball. Leading your teammate to the sideline. Falls incomplete that time. Looking for number 8 across or into the flat there. Alyssa Brown couldn't haul it in. So the conversion unsuccessful, but still a 6-0 lead for DMA, who Mike went down the field rather easily. That offense looked good behind Prado.
Not too many teams have been able to stop them. They started hot the other night against William Penn. The Colonials really shut them down in the second half. William Penn able to score late, but DMA held on with that 13-6 win. Nick, it is tournament season starting today, volleyball and field hockey, so we'll get you scores as we can. We'll give you the one score from the game I was at earlier tonight. Field hockey, first round, Division II. Ursuline 3, Tatnall 2 in overtime. What a way to start the tournament.
Overtime, there you go.
Great game.
Such like the World Series going to 18 innings the other day.
Thank God this did not go 18 innings.
Has a receiver down the outside, makes the catch, and then cutting back inside. That time it was Dana Shanklin, the junior, who arced her way up the field on the far sideline on the money. She makes the catch for the big play.
That was a great pass. Who's that throwing? Was that, I don't know, I wasn't even looking real for a second there, checking my notes. But Shanklin gets up to the 28-yard line, 29-yard line.
So new set of downs right as they get on the other side of the 30. Here comes Tippins to the near side, and a nice pursuit.
Yeah, that's number 1 running the ball, or catching the ball is Kimura Neal.
And it was, once again, Rodriguez defensively pulling the flag, which is an art in itself here in this game we're watching tonight.
Kimura Neal and Tanai Tippins. I'm sorry, Kimura Neal caught the game-winning touchdown last year in the championship, Nick, with 1.5 seconds.
Oh, I remember that one. That was a heck of a play. I remember the highlights. Has to get rid of it quickly. Gets it to a teammate. How about that? Making a few defenders miss and then taking up the field. I believe that time was.
Is that Spone?
It was indeed.
Spone,
You got good eyes, Mike, up here.
I watched you the other night, so I kind of can know what she's. How she
know the way she moves. So St. Mark's trying to answer here, Mike, and a big third down coming up.
Look who's directing the band.
Swoop. Swoop was trying to get the Spartans there to get into action, but wasn't their time just yet.
So they need 9 yards here for a first down.
All right, we'll see. Last time they elected to punt on 4th and 1. So now big third down to see what they can do with it. Deep motion here for Tippins. Now it's Neal back the other way. And how about that one? Guess who? Rodriguez. My goodness.
That's a nice tackle by Rodriguez.
She is sealing that edge on the outside for DMA. Most likely going to see the punt team again here for the Spartans. They're going to need about 7 yards to get to midfield for a new set of downs, but we'll see what they decide to do here. Offense staying out on the field.
That DMA offense is so potent. You know, you don't want to give them great field position.
It's like we were playing Pat Mahomes in the playoffs, right? You got to go for it a lot more often than maybe you wanted. So Olivia Markey back in there. She was at quarterback here on the drive, and that's where she'll stay here on a big 4th down and 7. Markey rolling out to the right, trying to set up a throwback. Good defense. Now just has to get rid of it up ahead.
Can she get across?
Gets it into the arms of Tippins. Did she get a first down? And it is going to be close.
Well, where the referee standing would be a first down, but we've seen them change or call that differently. And it looks like a first down by the hair on the chinny chin.
Wow, they're going to move the chains. What a fourth down conversion. We need the digital chain measurement. That time as Markey rolled out to the right side. Good job of allowing her receivers to get open.
Look at the ball spotted. But that's a first down. It's short of midfield, but that's okay. It's a first.
Trying a little bit different here. Coming to the sideline here for the Spartans is Fats now. She'll get a breather on this play. 1st and 10 now for midfield for the Spartans. Trying to answer the undefeated DMA Seahawks touchdown drive. Markey once again rolling out. Here comes the pressure. Gets rid of it. Ball is up in the air. It's up for grabs, and that one is almost hauled in.
I think 3 Seahawks ran into each other and knocked the ball loose.
It was also a heck of a job by Tippins, who almost went up and had a Moss catch. Would have been the Moss catch of the day. It would have been a top 10 play nominee. We would have had to send that one into Randy. But instead falls incomplete to the ground there. Now 2nd down coming up for St. Mark's. They were until he took a leave of absence after he was diagnosed, but he's doing a lot better now. I don't know if he's made his way back to Sunday NFL Countdown yet. I think he's still trying to get there, but
I wouldn't even know what that is because I work every Sunday and I go home and take a big
nap.
nap.
I haven't watched NFL Sunday Countdown in a while.
When you're changing diapers, Nick, that's tough.
You can change a lot more here shortly.
You got to be careful with the boy.
That's what they tell me.
They aim and fire.
2nd down coming up after the incompletion. Quick trigger up the middle, and they set up a handoff after the catch, a hook and ladder of sorts. And now to the outside go the Spartans and Neal. Kimura Neal into the end zone.
Yeah, she got tackled.
And they're going to say the flag was pulled outside around the 25-yard line. Either way, a big play, a first down for the Spartans who drive into the red zone.
I don't know who caught the initial pass, but it wasn't a hook and ladder. It was the hook
of
and
sorts,
handoff.
That's right, yeah. A modified version. And we knew coming in, as Mike told me before the broadcast, he said they brought out a lot of tricks that we saw on Monday. We see one here on Wednesday during this championship action, a big one. And now trying to tie this thing up.
A lot more notes than I take during a boys game.
So
she gets down to the 16-yard line.
It's Markey once again in the gun, running back to either side of her. Quick trigger, rocket screen
Neal.
to the outside. They get it to Neal, the speed into the end zone. That time it's a touchdown. We're all tied at 6. Spartans answer.
Kimura Neal, unbelievable. The move she made on that one ties up at 6, but a great play, and Markey on the money.
Markey looking good. Again, as a quarterback on those screens, just want to get it and get it to your playmaker. She did it on the money, allowed Neal to catch and run. And you mentioned her highlights from last year. I still got them in my head from that championship victory. Again, a buzzer beater for the Spartans, who were crowned champions last year. And I had a chance, guys, to check out that trophy. It's on full display, I believe, as you walk in today.
Yeah, it's a nice trophy.
It's a nice trophy. And again, only going home with one of these teams. St. Mark's now lined up for the attempt.
I'm watching the Bray Morris and St. Mark's doing a little dance on the sideline.
There's a flag. That one's going to maybe back
there
him
you
up
go,
a
Nick.
little bit.
Here's the penalty sheet.
I like this here, Mike.
As the false start.
And that is going to be, let me check.
That's not stripping.
False start.
That's a pretty plain one. I mean, this penalty sheet, Nick, stripping, we don't want any of that. Deflagging.
Impeding the rusher.
Illegal participation.
Illegal rush. I mean, we'll get the hang of all these here.
Last man rule.
We're in the championship by now. You would have thought we would have them, good to go. And a good one here so far, 6-6. 11:21 running clock here early on.
This is all 1-point conversion.
So it'll back them up here. Markey looking to fire. Here comes the rush. They get it out once again this time. It's Tippins trying to get to the outside. How about that speed, elusiveness? And it's pulled at the 1-yard line. Unsuccessful.
That's a great defensive play.
It was Aramoni who was on the far sideline that was able to get a piece of Tippins' flag just before she got in at about the 1-yard line. So both defenses stepping up on the conversions. They're both unsuccessful, and we are tied at 6 here, Mike. It's a good one early on.
Yeah, St. Mark's marched right down the field. Great passing by by Liv Markey. And the one thing we've noticed about the St. Mark's coaching staff is they're not afraid to call any play in the book.
No, like Coach Carty from the University of Delaware, breaking out all the stops. Now it's the DMA offense, Prado back out, who looked fantastic on that opening drive. They're going to start this one with a run. They get it, I believe, to Sanchez, who tried to get to the outside, will not get there. And coming up and making the play here for the St. Mark's side is Gianna Kiefer, the sophomore. Big-time play on first down.
I still haven't seen her number. That's a good call by you.
I got the binoculars. Mike's going all natural.
I got my binocs in the car, but doing me no good up here.
You're still beating me to the punch sometimes.
Well,
9:55 running clock. That's right. Prado back in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Sanchez. Now going to loft this one in the air. Overshot her intended target. Looking for Alexa Mayer.
Tommy's got a great arm. She's throwing nice spirals.
She really does.
She gave up volleyball this year to play flag football.
Wow.
And she'll be a mainstay on their basketball team as well.
And so you can see a lot of athleticism out here on Abyssinia Stadium tonight.
One of the differences with DMA is Prado's it. She's their quarterback. St. Mark's, they'll throw Markey. You might see Falsnaw back there.
Yeah.
You see Tanai Tippins back there. You might see Kamora Neal back there.
It's like the Florida Gators in 06.
You might see Bill Denardo back there.
So here we go in completion. That sets up third down and long. Prado once again trying to go back, I believe, to Mayer, the junior. And this time in and out of her hands in the backfield. Fourth down, most likely going to see the punt team, but
I would
we'll
think
see.
so. And it's fourth, and you need about 8 or 9 to get the first. And if you don't get it, St. Mark's is set up in great territory.
It's not, I mean, when you look at it here, it looks at about 7 or 8 yards. They will punt it away. It's a good one high in the air, and it's going to touch the ground, and then some contact here outside the 40. Good sportsmanship, though, immediately from Jayla Sanchez, who helps up Tanai Tippins. So the Spartans, good field position, though, Mike, after the touchdown drive. Defense does their job. And now here comes the Spartan offense, the defending champs, with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, 32-yard line, 33-yard line. Smooth that back a yard. They can get a first down here at the 20, I believe, or 2 completions.
That's right.
A nice crowd out here tonight, and especially when you can't see it on this side. You probably hear the band, right?
Yeah, you have cheerleaders as well here.
There's a lot of St. Mark's fans over here, and DMA's got a nice turnout on the other side.
Spartan offense on their way to the field. Going to sprint up to line up. And once again for this drive, it's going to be Olivia Markey back at quarterback, and it's Tippins and Neal, I believe, to either side. Here comes the rush. Markey sets up a shallow pass. They fake the handoff. Now they go outside into the hands of Tippins, and Tippins with some space down the sideline, spins back in, flag pulled up, but not till she gets a new set of downs, and now inside the 25-yard line. A big play to start the drive for St. Mark's.
Spartans do everything they can to get the ball into the speed hands of Tippins and Neal, and why not? You know?
A lot of misdirection. The Miami Dolphins, when Mike McDaniel first arrived as the OC a few years ago. Looking every which way for the football. 1st and 10, St. Mark's now from the 25-yard line. Deep motion. Hand off to Tippins, able to avoid 1 tackle, avoid 2.
Okay, they did get the flag.
And they did get it there on the 3rd attempt, now to the 20-yard line. 2nd and goal. Chilly night tonight a little bit, Mike, as we get deeper into the fall season here. I know the weather tomorrow looking at it a little wet.
As I say, we fortunate they scheduled this game tonight. At least it's dry. Tomorrow night, who knows?
It won't be dry later on tonight. Here's Markey from the gun, launching it deep up into and intercepted into a crowd of defenders. Sanchez picks it off. Or excuse me, Rodriguez. It was Ariana who in the end zone reached up and hauled that one in. And Rodriguez with a big play for the Seahawk defense. She forces the turnover, and again, she does something, well, not fully what she did on Monday, but once again, taking away the possession from the opposing team.
We did see Padua with a 74-yard was the official distance, 74-yard pick 6 out of 80 yards.
Well, the Spartans, after the big play on first down, a chance to take the lead, turn it over on the interception by Rodriguez. Now they try to go once again back to the hands of Alexa Mayer. They've gone to her 3 straight times just trying to get the ball into their hands, let her make a play. And unfortunately, just unable to get it there so far. But again, trying to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and she's one of them.
Update from Padua, first-round volleyball actions. Padua 2-0 over Wilmington Christian. 2-0
Second
Padua.
and long here after the incompletion. Remotion there is Rodriguez. Prado fires, has a receiver shallow across the middle of the field, and a quick flag pull by St. Mark's.
Nice tackle by Spohn. Grab a hold of that flag. Only 5:18 to go in the half with the running clock. You know, it goes fast.
That does go fast. It was Aramoni who made the catch. So back-to-back plays for minimal yardage for this DMA offense. And now the St. Mark's defense in a good spot here, 3rd and 10, as the Seahawks need to get now to the 30-yard line. Prado fakes the handoff, rolling right. This one's going to be launched deep. Has a receiver open, and she hauls it in. It's Moni, and this time into St. Mark's territory on a big 3rd down conversion.
Gets just over midfield.
What a throw and catch by the
open.
Seahawks. Again, great recognition and great job by Moni to get past that level of the defense deep. They got behind him. That's what you're not supposed to do. Let them get behind you. Well, she did, makes the catch in traffic, and now into St. Mark's territory go the Seahawks. And they'll have a chance to pick up another set of downs here at the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 46.
That's a great pass by Prado. That's a long throw.
And sorry about that one. Not 1st and 10. That was just a slip. That's what I'm used to saying. 1st and 16, we'll call it. Here comes the jet motion. Prado's going to hand off, and a whistle going to stop this one as Sanchez races from sideline to sideline.
And, Nick, we have our rule about players of the game, and Tavi Prado and Tanai Tippins were our players of the game the other night. So, sorry, ladies.
No matter how well you do.
We're gonna share the spotlight here.
But again, we are seeing some star-studded play early on in this one. Even though the score is 6-6, both teams making a handful of big plays. Here in half number 1, Mike talked about the running clock. It's 3:30 and winding. DMA taking their time here offensively. As it was, I believe, the Spartans got the ball first, so DMA will get the ball second. They're trying to do the old double up here.
And moved him back behind midfield, so it's 1st, and they need about 21 yards here.
Fake the handoff. Here goes Prado looking to run. Now she'll throw it in the air, deep down the field, out of the extended arms of her teammate Julia Johnson, the freshman, who once again got behind that St. Mark's defense. So Prado, again, gave the illusion of if she was going to tuck it and run. Instead, pulled up, let that one rip 30 yards down the field.
She's got a great arm.
She's a great arm. You said it. Fantastic arm. And that's what's helped lead to 7-0, right? And now a playoff run here for the Seahawks, trying to prevent the Spartans from going back-to-back. Second down for the Seahawks. This time they're going to hand it off with some space. That time, at least for the moment, was Sanchez. And a great job by the Spartans. It'll be a short gain of 2. The defense able to pull it.
I can't see the number.
And sometimes we're fortunate to hear the PA, who usually has done a great job
I think that
here.
was Gianna Kiefer who made that tackle. Thanks, Gianna, for shaking your head a little bit.
You know, that's a part that you're not typically used to, or at least I'm not typically used to, right, is the hair blocking some of the numbers. Well, that's the
I run
case
into
here
that
in
quite
flag
a bit
football,
with,
right?
with volleyball and girls basketball.
I'm sure you're right about that. So here we go. Big play here. Prado avoids the rush, steps up in the pocket, across the middle, incomplete. Once again, a very nice throw. Maybe a tad behind Reagan or Jaden McGinnis. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. You've got the good eyes.
Alyssa Brown, the intended receiver.
It was an 8.
Yeah, it was Alyssa Brown. Just
it was a 9.
Off her fingertips. Now they got an interesting decision. They're going to punt. You're at midfield. You could see them maybe going for it here, but they're going to try to pin
especially with the short time.
Yeah, pin them deep, and there's only 1:29 to go by the time this gets started. Now, you can return, but not now.
Yeah, in and out of the hands that time of Kimora Neal, so the Spartans will take over at their own 20. Clock is winding, Mike, 1:18. So short time for the Spartans, who, as we remember, again, it'll be DMA ball to start the second half.
They've got to cover 69 yards here in a minute.
Well, they're taking their time getting out there.
While they're taking their time, they call a timeout? No, the clock stops. They may have called a timeout, but the last minute of play.
Yeah, they get stopped at 1 minute.
Yeah, last minute of play, the clock runs like usual football. On incomplete passes, it'll stop. Out of bounds, it'll stop.
So they'll have some time to work with.
They do have a little bit of time, and they have timeouts.
Yeah, no timeouts have been used yet here in the first half from either team. A new quarterback here for the Spartans.
And is that Neal?
I believe it's Kimora Neal who fakes the handoff, flag pulled early. Clock will run because it was a rush. So no Markey out in the huddle this time for the Spartans.
Now they're trying to go with a little more speed. And I guess, as we said, here's Liv Markey.
And she'll come back in here. Clock continues to run. We're at 30 seconds, so.
Yeah, they're not in much of a hurry.
Yeah,
here.
I think St. Mark's content here, potentially. And maybe one or two plays. This could be the final play if it does not fall incomplete. They're going to hand it off. And flags come flying late.
She's down at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, short gain, and this might take us to the half depending on the flag.
That was Bella Spohn on the run. Guarding the flag, is that the call?
That's right.
That might be a loss of
It's
down.
all coming back to me now.
Defensive holding. That'd be an automatic first down.
So that should give the Spartans, I believe, one more play at least here. 12 seconds on the clock.
10 yards, not automatic. Oh, wait, maybe. Back to first down, Nick.
I was say either way, down's not as important now as time. So 12 seconds.
Might as well
And
take
get
a shot
few
here,
plays
right?
off. Absolutely. We'll see. They've got the speed to do it. They've got, I'm sure,
Markey
they
back
want to
in
get
there,
deeper
so.
into their bag of tricks. We've seen some of that so far as well, and now might be the time.
Halftime only about 5 minutes long, so don't go too far from your.
That's
from
right.
your
I got
screen.
over here to talk to you guys. A quick clock here before the
I'll be
game.
making a trip down to the field real quick.
So trotting out for the Spartans here is Macy Pritt, the junior, with the play call, and now here we go. 12 seconds and one or two plays for the Spartans before we head to the locker room.
Yeah, they do have timeouts.
All tied at 6. Here comes the rush. They set up a screen. They get it to her. And a nice job. She's been fantastic defensively as Jariana Rodriguez.
That's going to do it.
And that's going to be the end of half number 1. So to recap, 6-6, it was DMA who striked first. St. Mark's able to answer, and that's all we had here in half number 1. 6-6 between your defending state champions in the Spartans and your undefeated number 1 seed in the regular season, DMA. Going to be a fun second half when we get back here on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Home.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions. Our specialty trained
And welcome back inside 302 Sports Championship Wednesday here between your defending state champions St. Mark's and your top seed undefeated the DMA Seahawks. It's your girls flag football championship game live from Abyssinia Stadium. Nick Allison Jr. alongside Mike Lang and Jason Winchell. Craig Laskowski unfortunately has to be out the door on the camera, not with us here inside.
Right in front of us.
And then Nick Halliday down on the field. So Nick and Craig do have to bear the elements. It is a little bit chilly, not as chilly as it's going to be here in the next couple weeks.
Thanks, man.
Hey, I'll be there too.
All I remember is feeling that football cold last year.
That's right.
Oh, we're going down the other end. I was like, what's going on? The referee's leading the charge out there.
That's right. We're switching sides.
Nick, after the game, we're going to name our player of the game, and then we have the microphone, and we're going to hope to do some interviews. So we'll see an interview at least. We'll see how everything goes. And it's the 302 chain. Right here to be heading to Camden tomorrow.
You know, that's what the girls have been thinking about. They've been wondering who's going to be the Claire's Fashions player of the game.
Well, this chain is heading to Caesar Rodney High School.
That's right.
For their game tomorrow with Sussex Central and Caesar Rodney. Cape Henlopen and Caesar Rodney.
Prado across the middle to start the drive to Pulliam. And a nice gain, a quick new set of downs for DMA out, of course, here to the 35-yard line. So you talk about the first half there. Prado, Mike, you mentioned it. You talked about her coming in a great Monday, and she's been just as sharp here tonight.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, and a nice job there by Pulliam. Escaped one tackler, got out to the 25-yard line. And another first down. How about that?
So Prado back in the gun. This time in the back with her is Moni. Deep motion here as well. They give it to Moni. Moni with some speed. Cuts back inside. And a nice flag pull this time by St. Mark's.
Rueda Nieto with the catch.
And it was Catherine, yeah, you said it, with the nice play defensively.
They held him to about a 4-yard pickup there, so that's not too bad.
That's right. A second down coming up. 10 yards till they can get to what on the field would say 40-yard line. Obviously, as we mentioned, play 80-yard field here in our girls flag football.
And this is for DMA to score just 6 points and a half. And not what they're used to. This is a high-scoring team.
Both teams have done a great job at flag pulling today. And now second down after the short gain. Hand off the jet sweep, that time to Sanchez. Sanchez to the sideline, tries to get back into midfield. She might have evaded some tacklers. And by tacklers, I mean flag pullers. First down, DMA into St. Mark's territory. So the handoff gets it done that time. And now first down, DMA to about the St. Mark's 47. In our case, would be the 37.
Remember, 24-minute half, so we have 22:10 and counting on the clock.
And only one penalty, or two penalties so far in the game.
Yeah,
it was a defensive holding and a false start.
Been a clean one.
Now Prado will take the snap. They set up a screen. This time they get it to Mayer. Been trying to get her the ball there in the first half. Couldn't do it, and now they do. Alexa Mayer down the sideline. And a big gain that time for the Seahawks.
Dancing down that left sideline. Gets to the 26 or so, 27-yard line.
So gain of about 20 that time.
No, the second down, sorry.
10 yards, excuse me.
I thought I saw them put a one-up on that. I thought they only got about 10 yards, but
yeah, they did.
They need to get to the 20, I believe.
So now the Seahawks are driving with some momentum. Deep motion. They fake it now, set up a screen to the other side, but did not fool the St. Mark's defender on the far side of the field.
And
I believe it was Kiefer again.
It looks like Kiefer.
And what a job to stay home, read your keys, and make the play.
John Kiefer, just a sophomore. I believe her sister was Maddie. Kiefer played a couple sports at St. Mark's.
And I'll tell you what, she's done a great job defensively for the Spartans tonight. A couple of very tough flag pulls, and now a third down coming up for the Seahawks. They got to get to the 20, a.k.a. the 30.
We got the band here next to us. Oh, near sack.
Prado evades the rush, files across the middle. And a little bit too much sauce
you said
on
it. She fired it all right. That was just too much juice on that one for the receiver.
It was close. Yeah, Jason Winch letting us know. We were trying to see if she was able to stay behind the line of scrimmage on that throw. As of right now, it seems that way, though incomplete. And now fourth down coming up.
It looks like they're keeping the offense on the field.
It's going to be a short one. They need about, 6 or 7 yards here.
Yeah.
I don't think we had a fourth down conversion today.
I'd have to look at my notes.
I think a big fourth down, the big shot across the middle from Prado.
Yeah, yes, DMA, St. Mark's on their first drive had a converted one. I'd have to look back.
So again, I think both teams are with at least one conversion. Here, fourth down for Prado. Fakes the handoff. Here comes the rush. Did they get her?
She's down.
What a play.
And that was number 3 for St. Mark's.
A sack by Nebra Morris. And that was a quick trigger there. What a move.
She zipped right in and grabbed. You know, you gotta grab that. You're not looking at the player. You're looking at the flag, and you got to grab that flag. And Nebra Morris, but a great play there.
Our first sack of the ball game comes in a big spot here in the second half.
And St. Mark's with 19 minutes. Can't really burn 19 minutes off the clock, but it doesn't take long.
Unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs against the Oakland Raiders a few weeks ago. Raiders only ran 30 plays. So here we go. St. Mark's now good field position after the big-time sack on fourth down.
I expect St. Mark's to stay on the ground here, and there's a handoff to Neal.
They're going to reverse it back, and now they're going to throw it. Markey down the sideline, looking for and finding as flags come flying.
That's going to be pass interference, and they're going to decline that
It
penalty.
was Kimura Neal who was double covered. And again, you see this a lot in football, Mike. If the quarterback can just leave it up in the air a little behind the receiver, they're able to come back and make a play unbeknownst to the corner who can't locate the ball. And that was a fantastic job by Neal to come back, make a play on it, haul it in for the big play. Also a beautiful throw by Markey on the double reverse pass here for the Spartans. They break out another big play out of the bag of tricks.
Yeah, no white hat out here for the flag football. All the officials have black hats. I'm pretty sure that was defensive pass interference. So that's going to be declined, obviously, Nick, and they're going to take the first down at the 27-yard line. St. Mark's in business here. But we saw this the other night. The same thing, a double reverse pitch back, and Markey let it fly, and Neal had a couple steps, had to slow up to get the pass, and then the defender ran into her.
Great job tracking the football by Kimura Neal down the field. Again, I just continue to be impressed, each year, with the athleticism of these girls here on the field. It's showing on full display here on a championship Wednesday. Markey back at quarterback for St. Mark's, first down. Can still get another new set of downs here at the 20. Markey setting up screen and out of the hands that time of Kimura Neal, trying to go back to her. Ball falls to the ground, incomplete.
I think she turned upfield just a hair early on that one, looking at some green spaces in front of her. St. Mark's, of course, the defending champion, the DMA, right. Not in the championship last year.
Now, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember going through the highlights and talking about it on some of the local news stuff here, but it was Kimura Neal with a game winner. Was she the game winner last year? I mean, that was an incredible game.
The PA announcer announced that, I believe, not Tippins, somebody else had made the catch. But it was definitely
what a game that was.
It was Neal. It was a fun one.
Well,
after the game, I asked Kimura, and she said, no, I caught it.
We're trying to set it up to her again, and that was a good thing that Neal got a hand on that one. That might have been intercepted had she not. Defenders waiting.
They're now they're in trouble with the third and about 7
need about
yards.
6 or 7. They'll have 2 downs, probably most likely to get it. But the first 2 passes now after the big play falling complete. So third and about 6 or 7, as Mike alluded to. The clock now at 16:32 and running.
And Nick, a final in volleyball. Padua sweeps Wilmington Christian. 3 sets to 0. So they're moving on. They will play Newark Charter on Friday night.
Here's the snap on third down. They set it up across the middle. Now the handoff back to Kimura Neal. Neal trying to shed defenders. Can't do it. A short gain on third down. DMA once again. Great pursuit defensively. And now fourth down and about 5 coming up here for the Spartans. I believe maybe we'll see the offense stay out, and it looks that way.
Yeah, here it makes no sense to punt. You're just going to punt it in the end zone or close to it.
So they got to get to the 30 or the 20, whichever you prefer. 20 in girls flag football, 30 on the field. And it's Markey at quarterback. Neal and Tippins to either side. Need 5. Markey to the outside, not going to get it done. Incomplete either way. A knee down was Tippins. And a turnover there after the big play from St. Mark's. So both teams to start the second half get big plays to start their drives, but the defense, they bend, they don't break, and they force stops.
Well, they put the pressure on Markey, and it was effective, and she couldn't get that enough on that ball, and it would have been short anyway.
Approaching the 15-minute mark of half number 2. Prado and the DMA offense back out. Fake the handoff, launching it down the middle. Wide open is Alexa Mayer, but couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Second down coming up. You see the Spartan here enticing the St. Mark's bands and cheerleaders here out in front of us. And
Marcus is here.
That's a different Spartan costume than I used to maybe put on sometimes back when I was at St. Mark's. A lot newer.
Well, no offense, the one you wore might be a little smelly by now.
It was.
Not because of you.
Not might be. Not might be.
Yeah. That's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that thing. Almost a sack.
Pass rush came, no sack. Prado was able to get it out into the hands this time of Moni, but the flag quickly pulled by the Spartans. A nice job defensively. I believe it was number 12, Dana Shanklin.
I was watching the near sack. But you're looking at a third down and about 12 yards here.
Actually, I believe flag pulled by Delaire Musi.
So they need to get to midfield here on this one.
Third down for the Seahawks, and again, depending on what they get here, maybe we see the offense out on fourth down, but trips to the right side for Prado. They fake the handoff. Here comes the rush. Prado gets rid of it. Has Alexa Mayer, who makes the catch at midfield, splits a couple defenders, and a big play on third down as the ball right through the hands or the view of a couple defenders for St. Mark's, and ends up in the hands that time of Mayer, who they've been trying to get the ball to, and they do successfully.
And St. Mark's coach has a couple questions. But it looked like a nice play from up here.
They've been close to sacking Prado a few times on this drive. Prado's gotten rid of the football. Good job there to find Mayer in the middle of the field amongst a few Spartans, and she makes the big play. Mayer now out wide left for Prado, who, of course, is in the shotgun here, new set of downs.
She gets a little streaky on those passes. This time it's a handoff.
Handoff to Sanchez. She's been their primary running back here tonight, as that one on a short gain. A nice job of getting to her from Isabella Spohn.
Yeah, they did a good job grabbing that flag on the way by. You see when they approach a tackle, almost all of them are doing the twists. They're into the spin cycle. Trying to.
That's right. We've seen a few spin cycles. That was a big thing when you get somebody you play back in school or wherever you play flag football. I've done it both ways. You have to. A lot of people put their hands up in the air with the football, so you don't get called for blocking those flags. And now Prado, jet sweep back to Sanchez, same play, and a little bit of a better result there.
I think that was Spohn that got that tackle there.
But right in front of the first down marker. So third down will be coming up here. 3rd and a yard for the DMA Seahawks. We'll see if they go right back to that ground game with Sanchez, who's picked up a pretty nice gain there.
Yeah, they're at the 21-yard line.
I need to get to the 20. Looking like about the 22, maybe a 1.5.
Yeah, it looks like they moved it back a little bit. I'd say it's about 2 yards.
Yeah. 2 downs to get it.
Don't see them rush much, and they've gone to the run here 2 times in a row.
That's right. We'll see if they go back to it. Third time is maybe a charm.
Watch Moni.
Direct snap around the outside and splitting defenders. It's going to be enough for a first down. Into the red zone goes Moni, who gets a direct snap on the jet sweep.
As soon as she made that first move, I thought she's going to be running. I thought there would be a handoff to her, but she took the snap.
Reda Neto with the tackle.
So now they're in business here, Nick, at the 10, 15, carry the 16-yard line.
That's right. So, again, that was their last chance at a new set of downs. So now they'll have 4 downs to get into the end zone. And they're about 15 yards out.
See some press coverage out here for these young ladies.
That's right. Direct snap once again.
Oh, a nice tackle there by Debray. Debray Morris got in there and made the tackle.
Once again, they go back to who they went to on the 4th down conversion. It was Moni.
Lost a couple of yards.
Yeah, Moni stopped immediately.
Well, some team's trying to beat that rain tomorrow, and
that's right.
Polytech plays on a grass surface down there, and
a lot coming up. Right, the weather's supposed to begin tonight. I think after all, we all get home here.
Now they're facing the second and about 15. So maybe they'll call it a gain of 1 on that play.
Prado back out to Mayer on the wide side of the field, and a nice flag pull after the reception.
Yeah, no gain. That was number 17, Kiefer, making a tackle for St. Mark's.
Yeah, and Kiefer continues to be a flag-pulling menace defensively here for the Spartans. And again, that is such a big part of the game that maybe goes a little bit unnoticed. You got to be able to pull those flags defensively to limit some of those plays. St. Mark's has been doing it. DMA's been doing it. Both teams have been flashing on both sides of the ball. Now a big 3rd down for DMA, who still needs to go away to the end zone.
Yeah, no, under 10 minutes left on the clock here. We move quickly.
We're flying. Deep motion, going to reset with Sanchez.
That's 2 people in motion.
I was about to say, and that's going to be a flag, and it would have been a touchdown to Alexa Mayer on the other side of the field. Instead,
it looked like a CFL game out there, Nick.
I thought so. It was Aramoni and Jayla Sanchez who were going from left to right, and I thought they would have to reset before the snap of the ball, unable to do so there, and that makes 3rd down a little bit tougher.
Nice camera work there by Craig Laskowski out in the chilliness, giving us a close-up of the laundry. Tomorrow night from Cesar Rodney, it's Cape Henlopen and the Riders. Glenn Frazier, Pat Garianis, and Craig Laskowski will be there.
Making the trip.
Craig's all over the place, man.
I know. I was going to say this year,
man.
Craig has been all over the place.
He's been the MVP.
And doing it all, too, right? He's been on the air. He's been switching, operating the camera. I mean, he can do it all.
He's the 302 MVP
That's
lately.
right.
That's for Prado.
Might have been past the line of scrimmage on that one.
If she is, that's a loss of down. That's St. Mark's looking for that call.
Either way, it was going to be incomplete. It looked like she was past the line of scrimmage, but no harm, no foul as it falls incomplete.
Now they have a decision to make, though. I mean, if it was past the line, they just would have lost some yards.
Yeah.
They couldn't lose it down.
And you said it, though. I feel like at this point, instead of punting, you just got to
go for it.
go for
You
it,
may not
right?
get possession back. You never know.
So I think they are going to leave the offense out there. Mayers made some big plays. Obviously, Rodriguez, Moni, and Sanchez.
You're looking at about 22 yards from the end zone here.
Well, we've seen
not
big
short.
plays, and Prado's got the arm to get it there.
Moni split all the way left. She's going to be looking that way.
4th down, need 20. Here comes the rush,
Oh,
and what a sack!
Nebray Morris. Wow, she slid by like a soccer player.
Like Trey Turner coming around 3rd and sliding home. That was
Where
another
did she come from?
instant sack. I mean, the speed to get that flag pulled. Again, the speed she had
Great
coming
play.
downhill.
She went low because the flag's down there. You got to go low anyway. And as she slid by, like Messi, she grabbed that flag. And what a great play by Mars.
Wow, and again, Prado so good at getting the ball out of her hands, but nobody was getting the ball out of their hands on that one. Not
only
enough
was it
time.
a sack, it's now the ball's now at the got to do my math. It's about the 27-yard line for St. Mark's. It's a little bit of a hook and lateral, but that's going nowhere.
It was. It instantly stopped. It was Neal to Tippins on the hook and ladder. A loss of about 1 or 2 there on 1st down.
That was just a dazzling play by Mars. It's like, I'm going to go back and watch that just to watch that play.
That was impressive. That might be a top 10 play nominee.
At the St. Mark's band, it played nonstop over there.
Really love that environment. 2nd down after the big play by the DMA defense.
Markey
is sacked. And the DMA defense stepping up here after the stop from St. Mark's.
Sacked by number 5, Deja Marie Nolan, the junior. Did a big sack, and Markey had no chance.
St. Mark's stole that big momentum after the sack on 4th down, but this time DMA and the defense stealing that momentum right back. And I believe you're right. They're going to have to get to the 50 for a 1st down because the drive started on the other side of the 20. Need a big play for the Spartans here.
St. Mark's might think, if they don't get there, might think about punting. Escape 1 tackle. There it is.
And what a pull once again. A big-time defensive play from DMA.
Aliyah Moon, I believe, made that play.
Saving a big gain. And now 4th down, it's going to be most likely the punt unit for the
Great
Spartans.
defense by DMA on that drive with the sack. And, you know, you're going to, you can't take, you need too many yards here. You can't take that chance.
So punt team for the Spartans here. Again, 5:26, clock continues to run. 6-6.
Now Spone needs to get a hold of this one. And that's returnable.
And it is going to be returned. And what a return it is for the Seahawks. Down the sideline. Aramoni, and she is inside the red zone.
They're going to say she's down around the 11-yard line. She stepped out of bounds. So
what a return for Moni and the Seahawks. And at that point, St. Mark's would have been better off going for it. And Moni makes them pay on the punt return. That can end up being the play of the game potentially, how this one comes down the stretch here. 4:40 and winding.
It's a tick. 4:40, you mentioned it.
Spartans defense going to have to make another big play here after the return. They hand it off around the outside to Sanchez, and Sanchez once again gets to defensively, Mike. It was Gianna Kiefer.
She only got a yard. That's a great play by Kiefer. St. Mark's they've done a great job grabbing that flag. That's for sure.
And again, we know that they've been able to rush the passer elitely here in half number 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen much DMA's thrown to pass, but not quite as much as in the first half.
Run game was good on that last drive. Got him into the red zone, just couldn't score. And now after the loss of 1, 2nd down for Prado and company.
Watch the direct snap, not this time.
They fake it to Moni, come back to Sanchez the other way. Sanchez running, racing. Did she get in? She's in! It's a touchdown! And how about that? This time the Spartans unable to come up with the flag on Jayla Sanchez.
That was tough.
Who eluded tacklers all their way into the end zone for 6.
They're pleading their case to the official here that they had the flag, but they're not going to get that call.
So now, depending once again, 3.5 minutes short time, but a huge conversion attempt here. That could maybe be,
and they'll take their time on this
the deciding factor.
Extra point here.
Hey, that's right. Do you have a play clock?
No. Oh, they do, yes.
Yeah,
we can't see it.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that's right. And we can't see it.
They do, we can't see it. We'll see the arms go up at some point. But they're going to have probably 2 minutes to go when they
Fake
get
the
the ball back.
handoff, and it is converted to the wide side.
That number.
That's caught by Alyssa Brown, the junior. And just like that, a 13-6 lead with 2:47 and winding for the undefeated DMA Seahawks, your top seed in the bracket, that are looking to knock off the defending state champs. They're up by a score.
Well, I mean, they've done the job defensively. Right now, the play that makes the difference is that punt return. The punt return has been the difference. And Nick, you and I are going to have to make a call here in a second.
Yes, you
we
are.
have to see who wins the game first.
Markey back to throw. First down. She's letting this one rip down the field. It's intercepted. It was tipped up in the air and picked off, this time by Janai Rodriguez. And Ariana Rodriguez might have put a bow on this one and sealed an undefeated season for the Seahawks.
It went into that mass of players. Rodriguez in the right spot. Nick just coming up to make a play, and the ball bounced right to her. And now St. Mark's has like 2 timeouts, but it's going to be tough with less than 2 minutes to go to DMA. They might not even need a first down here.
Yeah, it's short time. 1:48 clock is already ticking. St. Mark's just 2 timeouts, so it's going to start winding now already. So unless St. Mark's were to take a timeout now, which we can anticipate is coming after the play, some time going to run off here now.
And they're waiting to see that official. There he goes.
Prado dumps it off on first down. Quickly, though, is Jayla Sanchez. Timeout St. Mark's with 1:24. Yeah, excuse me, a few seconds ran off there, 1:22.
So I think on that pass is definitely not to gain yards.
No.
They're burning time off the clock there. Nick, what a night we had. Swoop was here from the Eagles.
Poe, that's right.
From the
Hugh
Ravens.
Douglas.
Hey, Hugh Douglas, who's not the mascot for anybody.
It is a star-studded Wednesday here at Abyssinia Stadium.
Nick Halliday even stopped in.
Yeah.
So you don't get much more celebrity than that. Dave Grohl, the coach of St. Mark's. I
didn't know he was also the coach of St. Mark's. My goodness.
He's heading to Bethany after the game.
He's doing everything nowadays. I thought he wouldn't have time for that.
We mentioned the other night that the St. Mark's coach looks like he plays bass in a band on the side. And he's got the hat on tonight, so it's tough to tell.
Well, a few big plays coming up here. After the timeout, Spartans have 1 remaining, 1:22 to go. And again, DMA going to be conservative here. Most likely might even hand it off. Sanchez has been the go-to at running back. A direct snap. Yeah. And finally pulled after a gain of about 10. Timeout St. Mark's. That time it was Money who's been a big factor here in the second half.
And DMA runs the table this year and looks like they're in good position here. But let's give credit to St. Mark's. Nick barely got into the tournament here. They were 4-3 in a tie for the last spot. And they got in and they upset Padua the other night in the semis. They played well tonight, played some great defense. And one play really made a difference.
There's a few big plays from either side, just 1 or 2 more coming so far, at least to this point, from DMA.
So that looks like a first down for DMA. And that,
well, the clock was running. I thought St. Mark's had taken a timeout there.
It is a first down. Is there across? It says first down on the down marker. And now they are referees getting together. Maybe it's not just me.
So we'll see what they do here. Maybe talking about clock.
Nick, while we have a chance here, let's thank Mr. Kevin Weeks and the people here at Abyssinia Stadium for hooking us up again. Kevin is always here to help us out. Also, our thanks to Rick Shea from Padua Academy and the athletic directors Matt Carey and Dan Swayze for anything they've been able to do for us.
So out of the timeout, They put the clock back to a minute, and now it is running, though, once again. So Prado will snap it there. Hand off to Sanchez, trying to get outside. Unable to get the flag yet as St. Mark's. They finally do it to 20. At the 10. So that might do it. 40 seconds in winding. St. Mark's is, or I said St. Mark's has a timeout left.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate the board is.
Yep.
It is second down.
So either way, looking like the Seahawks are going to be able to run this clock out. 20 seconds and
Still
ticking.
running. Yeah, they may not even have to run a play.
And Mike, this will give you a little time to think about your player of the game, presented by Claire's Fashions. And as we know, the dress of your dreams waiting. That ball was loose. And the St. Mark's coaching staff running down the sideline. Almost couldn't believe maybe what had happened there.
2 seconds to go.
2 seconds.
What are we looking at here, Nick?
Mike, we've seen a lot of players. We've seen some big plays in the second half, offensively and defensively. Aaron Money been fantastic offensively. Ariana Rodriguez defensively. So maybe you talk to them both. But Money has been the big part of what DMA has been able to do here in the second half, helping set up that big touchdown or game-winning touchdown here in the second half. So this will do it, barring a pick six.
Just take a knee.
Prado going to dance her around. That'll do it. She's brought down. The clock will run. And they do take a timeout with 1 second remaining. So Prado going to have to run around in the back for about another second. And unless a turnover here, that'll do it.
Able to almost run that clock out. A great night again for DMA. Tavi Prado was effective. Had a little trouble with the long passes, but she got done what she needed to get done. And a great job by DMA defense tonight, holding St. Mark's to just the 6 points. Here's the last snap, Nick.
And here we go.
You could split 1 second onto microseconds.
Prado running back. Just don't run back too far.
Yeah, really.
And DMA are your 2025 girls flag football Delaware State champions as they wrap up the undefeated season, knock off the defending state champs in St. Mark's. And what a fall for the girls flag football of DMA.
Nick, our player of the game is going to be number 23, Aaron Moody.
So big plays, especially in the second half. Some huge catches and runs that helped DMA set up that game-winning touchdown. And the Seahawks cap it off and cement themselves in girls flag football history. And we've crowned now 2 Delaware State champions, St. Mark's last year and now DMA here this season. And again, I've just been very impressed with the overall gameplay from both teams, and you guys have said the same thing on Monday in those semifinals. Mike is heading down to talk with our players of the game.
Yeah, this is another fun game.
So another fun game as we're going to leave the camera on, audio down until the post game. But a big victory. The Seahawks are your state champs, 13-6 here on a Wednesday night at Abyssinia Stadium. They get the victory over the St. Mark's Spartans. We'll be right back with post game here on 302 Sports.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
And welcome back inside 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini now joined by Jason Winchell. Mike Lang now down on the sidelines, and he'll be joined by our player of the game in just a moment. Tonight it is Aramoni, who had a heck of a game offensively here for your state champion Seahawks. Jason, you were here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but for flag football here and Monday. You had 2 games in the semifinals on Monday, a championship here. How's it been this week, checking in on the flag football action?
It's been great. 3 good games, all been close. 28-26. St. Mark's won. DMA won 13-6 over Penn. And then the same score here tonight in the championship, 13-6 over the Spartans of St. Mark's. DMA went undefeated this year. I believe there were 7-0 in the regular season, and now 2 here in the championship.
That's right.
Or in the playoffs, so 9-0.
You just saw him sprint down with the trophy, holding up that big trophy. Looks like the Goblet of Fire from Harry Potter as they race down the field in celebration. And now we're going to be joined here in just a moment by our Mike Lang, who has our player of the game, and Aramoni, DMA, your champions. Here's Mike.
All right, thanks to Nick Alessandrini. Can you hear me, Nick?
We got you.
Okay, we're here with senior Ira Ramoni, our Close Fashions 302 player of the game, and our undefeated seasons. Talk about coming out here, and they made it a tough one. It's a close one. Just talk about being able to wrap up and finish up an undefeated season.
How is it? It feels great. Closing it out, we knew it was going to be a tough game, high pressure, undefeated, but I'm thankful that we were to close it off with undefeated record.
Now, you played St. Mark's earlier in the year. Is it anything different this time?
We just have to play our game. We know we got good D, good O, and we just got to do us.
Now, you're a bit of everything. You're catching passes, you're running direct snaps. But the big play there was that big punt return. Just talk about that play.
Just dodge. All you got to do is move your hips and you got it.
I think Nick Alessandrini does a little bit of that sometimes. All right, Ira, what's next up for the DMA team?
Next up for DMA, what we're doing next year? You got dinner tonight? We might be getting rings from our coaches. Let's hope so. And we just got to, high vibes.
Now, that's fine. Right now. When one last question. Did you play last year as well?
Yes.
So you got doubled the number of teams this year. Just talk a little bit about the growth of flag football and what that's meant for you to see that.
This is actually really good for me because I hope to play flag football in college. So the growth, playing more and more
Exposure.
More teams, just more, what's the word? More growth, yeah. More play, more practice.
All right, well, Ira Ramoni, our Close Fashions DE 302 player of the game. Nick, back to you.
All right, Mike Lang right there. Great job by Mike, and Ira Ramoni, our player of the game. Again, What a game, what a season from Moni and the Seahawks. Prado, of course, the player of the game on Monday, and your player of the game is brought to you by Claire's Fashions. The dress of your dreams is waiting, and DMA no longer waiting for that state championship, Jason. They have cashed it in undefeated. They are state champs. Ira Moni, a big part of that. She's talking into our camera down the field right now with Nick Halliday. Great celebration. You saw the students run over to the fan section on the other side of the field, and what a nice week it's been. What a season for our girls flag football, our second crown champion in history. As we mentioned, DMA undefeated. Jason, put a bow on this girls flag football season here in year number 2 in Delaware.
Yeah, and like she said, it went from 4 teams last year to 8 this year. It's a great growth in the game, and it's just great. And you can see it out there. The girls have fun. It's an exciting game. You can see all the trick plays you want right here in flag football. Again, glad to see that the sport is evolving. And again, it was the NFL who set this up in the state. And we were joined here tonight by the Eagles cheerleaders, Ravens cheerleaders,
mascots.
Poe
and Swoop.
And Hugh Douglas.
That's right, representing WIP.
Yeah, it was great.
So a great overall night, a great week, another great season for flag football. For Craig Laskowski, Nick Halliday, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, and myself, your DMA Seahawks wrap up the undefeated season. They are state champions. Congrats to DMA St. Mark's, your runners-up. We will see you next year for year number 3 here in Delaware.